In 1989, I decided to begin a series of Verdi operas, not really knowing how far we'd go with it. But we did Rigoletto in 1989, which is, one of the most popular operas. But the second year, we did Verdi's Aroldo, which is one of his least performed operas. And the audience, which had not known Aroldo, had not heard any of the music, reacted to the show as if they were almost at a world premiere of that opera. And after the first act, they applauded nonstop. So I started thinking, if unknown Verdi a piece that nobody ever does, has that impact on an audience, maybe there are other operas of his that are not done that would also have the same impact.
Verdi was, certainly he was not the most prolific, because there are other composers who wrote more operas, but there are more Verdi operas in the standard repertoire than any other composer. And I really believe, and I know my colleague Maestro Dorenzi believes, that if Verdi did not exist, opera would not exist today. We start each opera with a libretto read. They don't sing anything. They read through the book in Italian or whatever the opera happens to be to get a better understanding of the text. It's a very intense experience, and Maestro has very specific ideas about singing that don't always jive with other musicians. I mean, he's very much from the old school of singing, where you leave your blood on the floor, and he encourages people to really, give it their all.
Certainly the Verdi Cycle has given us a profile outside of Sarasota. But in terms of this community, it has brought many people to us. This city is what it is because of Sarasota Opera and because of Verdi. Because when I was here in 1982, when I first got here, it was a very, very different community. It was really a kind of sleepy town. It was wonderful in its own way, but it certainly was not the kind of city that it is today. And that's because of the arts, and it's because of people who've come here to see opera and have stayed and now have supported the ballet and are supporting the orchestra and everything else that goes on in town. And so many people have said to me, I moved to Sarasota because of the opera.
It's going to be an amazing week. I mean, I am not expecting to get any sleep that entire week. I can't imagine what I'm going to feel like at that point, because so much labor, so much intense labor has gone into this, and I think there will be this incredible sense of euphoria, probably followed by, a depression, because, we've done it. We've done everything that we've built up for 28 years.
It's not only Sarasota that clamors for Verdi, but it's the world that clamors for Verdi. With Verdi, you go to the opera, you come out humming the tunes, but then you also take away something about the human condition. He reveals the life of characters on stage in a way that nobody else does. The good thing is Verdi will always be around. The Beatles will not always be around, but Verdi will always be around.